What's up? It's Ricky Perez here. Let me talk you through something that's hopefully going to help you a ton with both your training and your nutrition. Let me talk you through it. If you have any questions, please put them down in the comments below and I will further elaborate on this stuff because I kind of zone out and just hammer through this. So stick with me. Okay. I think most of us would agree. If you want to be successful in fitness or really successful in anything in life, it involves being consistent. Okay. Now, what I want to help you realize in this video is that consistency is your ability to be consistent is based on your ability to be efficient at something, okay? And if you really think about it, whatever it is, whatever you're very consistent with, I'm 100% sure that it's because you've gotten really good at it and you are now really efficient at it, okay? So if you don't get efficient at something, it's hard to be consistent because nobody wants to make a bunch of decisions every single day, fumble their way through the day. If you're not good at something, if you're not efficient at something, it tends to be much harder. Okay, so if something is really, really hard every single day, you can only do it for so long, and then you don't do it anymore, which means you're not consistent with it. So let me talk you through this and help you understand from both a training and nutrition standpoint. So from a training standpoint, your ability to be efficient leads to your ability to be consistent with your workouts. Okay, now let's think about it. If you go to the gym and you don't have a plan and you just fumble through a workout every single day and you're just go to the gym and think of all the questions that you have to ask yourself. What time am I going to go to the gym? Okay, now I'm at the gym. What am I going to do in the gym? Oh, I'm going to do squats. Oh, all the squat racks are taken. Okay, maybe I won't do legs today. I'll do something else. All these questions that you just fumble through means you're not being very efficient. Okay, you don't know what you're doing. When you get there, you're just trying to piece stuff together. And that's very stressful. Okay, so I know I felt like that like in the past, and I know a lot of people right now feel like that, where they just go and they kind of just fumble their way through a workout, and then they wonder why they can't stay consistent because that's stressful. There's way too many questions you have to answer every single day. Okay, when you go through that, 3, 4, 5 days a week, it's no wonder that like after like 2 weeks you're like, I'm done making all these decisions. This is way too hard. And why is it way too hard? It's because you're not being efficient. Okay, so when you go to the gym with a plan, this is just one example, but if you go to the gym with a plan and okay, hey, I am doing legs today, I have 6 different leg exercises, and the first leg exercise is barbell back squat, and we're doing 4 sets of 8 reps with a minute 30 rest. Like all these questions, when you have all these questions answered beforehand, it's much more efficient, which leads you to be much more consistent with your workout schedule because okay, I know what days I'm working out. When I go to the gym, I know what I'm doing in the gym. I know the exercises, I know the reps, I know the sets. I think that's something either one, people don't ever think about, and hopefully now that you're hearing that, you're like, oh wow, that would be so much better, and I'd be so much more consistent if I had something like that. But I think a lot of people don't think about that, and then the people that do have that in place, they don't realize how helpful that is sometimes because you just get into this like routine of just like boom, 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 boom. You're knocking off these workouts and then, for whatever reason, maybe you don't have a workout or, you get off a program or something and then you realize, crap, it was really nice to have like something to follow. That's just one example, but like from a training and workout standpoint, I see that a lot. Like the reason, like my hunch behind why a lot of people can't be consistent with working out is because they don't have a plan. So then they're just making a million different decisions every day, which is stressful, which is hard. You're wondering, am I even doing things that are going to help me like get to my goals? I don't know. And that makes you less motivated, makes you less consistent. Okay, so that's example number 1. Number 2, from a nutrition standpoint, similar idea. When you are not efficient with your meals, then you're not going to be consistent with eating healthy or eating correctly for your goals. Okay, and let's think about it from like how we need to eat. When you're just guessing with what you should be eating every single day to get you to your goal, you might guess correctly, you might guess incorrectly, but we don't really know. So that's a big stressor that you have. Like you're eating, whatever you think it is. Oh, I'm eating lean ground beef every single day because I see Ricky does that on Instagram, but I'm not really sure how much I'm supposed to eat, and I'm not really even sure like if this is helping me or not. Like that's stressful. Okay, it would be much better if you just knew exactly how many calories you need to eat per day. So understand that like when you have more of a plan and like how many calories and macros you need to eat, then that helps you be much more efficient, which causes you to be more consistent. Now, I want you to think about this. A lot of us are, a lot of us subconsciously already have this efficiency down. We're just doing it in a not proactive way for our bodies, okay? We all have our go-to fast food restaurant that we go to, okay? And let's think about it. When you're in a pinch and you're at work and you're hungry and you don't have anything to eat, you order Jimmy John's, or you order Chipotle, or you order Chick-fil-A. Like, you have your go-to restaurants that you always order from, and more times than not, I'm gonna bet that you order probably the same thing every single time, okay? That is efficiency, and you've been very consistent with that. That's just not helping you get closer to your goal right now, okay? So understand that we are already doing that in some capacity. We're just doing it in a way that's not actually helping us get to our goal. And once you realize that, it should be kind of like a light bulb moment, because the name of the game and the people that I see that are most, that get the best results that I work with, they've mastered this from a food standpoint. They are efficient with what they eat. They know, hey, these are what I like to eat. They know what proteins are going to help them get closer to their goal, what carbs, what fats. If they're going to consume alcohol, they know what alcohols they can have and what alcohols probably are not a good idea. Like, they are very efficient with that, which allows them to be consistent on a weekly basis with that, which allows them to get really good results, okay? But it all comes down to you having this structured plan in place so you're able to get very efficient at it, and then you can be consistent with it. So just think again about like your fast food schedule, or what you order when you're at work and you don't have anything to eat. The other thing I want to touch on with that is, I think it's a myth. I think it's a lazy excuse. I think that's probably a better term. It's a lazy excuse that a lot of us use to not take full control of like what we're eating. And that lazy excuse is like, oh, Ricky, I don't want to eat the same things every single day. I hear you on that. I don't think anyone needs to eat the exact same things every single day, but I am almost certain that you don't want to like make 12, 13, 14 different types of meals every single week. Like, I'm sure there's something that you eat consistently on a daily basis or a weekly basis that you always go over and you eat and you eat that is not helping you get closer to your goal. But as soon as it's like, hey, we need to figure out what we want to eat that is going to help us get closer to our goal, it's like, oh, I don't want to do that because like I don't want to be so structured. I want to be able to like eat whatever I want. And it's like, you can eat whatever you want once you understand your calories and macros, but also, do you really want to eat something different every single day? Like, think if you eat 3 meals a day, that's what, 21 meals a week? It's like, you eat 21 different meals a week? I would argue you probably don't, okay? So understand, like, kind of have this mental shift that it's like, okay, that might just be a lazy excuse on my part. Like, I need to take some accountability and understand, like, okay, I don't want to eat something different every single meal. I do have things that I tend to like and I tend to eat on a weekly basis. Some of them may be good, some of them may not be good, but I understand that I don't want something different to eat 21 different times a week. Okay, I hope that made sense. But from both a training and nutrition standpoint, the main thing I want to hammer home in this video is, if you master the efficiency, you will end up being consistent with it, okay? And this is the hard part, okay? This is like step one that gets you to the promised land of being consistent, okay? Last thing I'll touch on real quick. Let me just use myself as an example. People always ask me like, oh, Ricky, how do you work out so consistent, and how do you eat so, quote unquote healthy all the time, and how are you so consistent with that? Well, the answer is because I'm very efficient with it, okay? It doesn't take up much of my energy. If every single day I went to the gym and I was like, man, what am I going to do? I'd probably not work out as much, because I don't want to do that every single day. That's annoying and that's stressful. If every single day I took an hour to figure out what I was going to eat, or like 30 minutes to make food, or, ate 4 different meals a day, and each meal, I had to be very precise on whatever, that would be miserable and I would hate it, and I'd probably do it for a week and then I would stop, okay? But that's not the case. I've got really efficient with my workouts. I've got really efficient with what I'm going to eat. That's going to help me get closer to my goal, and then allows me to be really consistent. Okay, so that makes the stress low. It makes it easy for me to do every single day. If it was not easy for me to do every single day, then I would not do it every single day. Okay, so hopefully that helps you a little bit. Hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, put them down below. Main thing is, you got to get efficient at training, efficient at nutrition, and that is what's going to get you to be super consistent, which consistency is what's going to get you closer to your goal. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions down below. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.